Hey everyone, this is Seth. You may have noticed that it's been quite a while since the last time I've uploaded a video. I could cite a myriad of reasons of why this is, but this video isn't really about that. I sort of day to day, every time I glance down at my phone, I'll see that some calendar update has mentioned, oh, did you know that it's National Waffle Day? Or, you know, hey, it's Talk Like a Pirate Day. Things of that nature. And they've kind of just become sort of background static in my world. I don't really focus too much on them. But a good friend of mine named Steven has recently uploaded a video discussing the fact that it is actually National Mental Health Awareness Month this month, or international, not really sure there. Um, by the way, if you can't tell, this is going to be somewhat off the cuff, so I apologize for any dead air, ums or uhs or anything of that nature. But you see, mental health is something that I've dealt with for a very long time now. I've once read something that was eloquently described by another sufferer of such ailments that they had been dealing with mental health issues for so long that they didn't know who they were before. And this is what I actually think is not most important, but an important aspect of months such as these that is often overlooked is that, there are people out there who will just suffer with these things and not know that they are suffering. To these people, it just sort of becomes the norm. Oh, don't worry, this is just how things always are. This is how things always have been. And they don't even stop to think that, well, maybe this isn't normal. Maybe things can be better. I know that's certainly how it was for me. It was almost like I had went my whole life dragging this weight behind me, and day after day I would just add a little bit more weight to it, and especially towards more of my adult life, the weight just kept on getting added on exponentially, just more and more, until finally it took me that long to ask myself the question, you know, am I suffering from these ailments? Is there something wrong? And I think it's so sad that there are some people who will go without asking this question until the burden just becomes too much to bear for them. It's only been in recent years that I've been comfortable enough to speak with these things to my parents, and I know that I think that my comfort level in discussing these problems with my parents has actually affected them as well. I know that my dad is actually getting some help for some problems as well. That he I don't I don't want to put words in his mouth. I don't I'm no mind reader, but he began to start asking himself, is he also suffering from depression? And I think that's wonderful, and I think that, but I would also love to see people getting help for these things before they become too much to bear. So, this Mental Health Awareness Month, I want to invite everyone to open themselves to a conversation about this. If you feel like you or someone you love might be suffering from a mental illness, please be open to speaking with it, if only with a even if only with a group of trusted friends or relatives. I know it's not always possible for everyone to just drop what they're doing and go see a doctor. Sadly for me, for a very long time, that wasn't even really an option. But the longer you go without help, and again, I speak mostly for myself here, the longer you go without help, the more you'll wonder, well, who would I be now if I had the support group that I needed? Certainly not to diminish the accomplishments of those made by people who suffer from disability, but at least for me, it feels like disability is certainly something that holds me back. And, I just wonder how much I could have accomplished if only I wasn't held back like I feel I am being. That all having been said, and somewhat on a final note, I would like to end with something a little bit cheesy that I said to a friend the other day. I don't know if this will be inspiring at all. I don't exactly have much progress to show, but as many bad things that have ever happened to me, and it certainly feels like there have been a lot, I still don't feel it's impossible that I become successful. I don't think you should give up hope, not just for a good future, but for a great future. It's cheesy to say, but it really can always get better. It can always get worse, too. Don't get me wrong. But I'd gamble on those odds. And I really think you all should, too. Well, that's pretty well it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to be in a position where I can start uploading videos more frequently again. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.